Hello everybody and welcome back. I am KRX, so we're continuing on with this tutorial for complete beginners for Europa Universalis 4. This is of course updated for 2021, probably one of the most updated beginner tutorials on the YouTubes. This is with the patch 1.31, so the big patch of the year. Probably one of the biggest patches ever to come out for the game in the 7 or 8 years that this game has been actively being developed by the developers. Of course, the Leviathan DLC came out as well, but we're just playing, this is a no DLC run. If you're just catching us right now, because YouTube is weird like that, and you might have been recommended a video out of order, the playlist link down below will get you going in the right order and get you to episode number 1, so that can help. It looks like we're actually at a war right now. We're playing as France, and it is 1467. We've already made a decent amount of progress. It's been about 25 years since the game has started, actually. We've taken back a lot of our lands, French lands, from England. Calais still exists up here in the Burgundian area, and we're going to want that eventually. We're preparing for our next war against England, our second war against England, and that'll be in about 3 years when the truce runs out. We've beat up Provence quite a bit. In fact, Provence has been completely removed from the map. Burgundy took a couple pieces. Brittany took one piece, and we took some pieces down here. Now, Brittany's actually allied to England, so when we fight England, we'll be fighting Brittany. We would like to get this piece because one of our missions will finish, actually. We have a mission here to conquer Provence. In order to do this, we actually have to own this province. It's the last final remaining element of completing this mission, which will give us free claims on Western and Eastern Burgundy, which is kind of nice. And then eventually the mission to conquer Burgundy itself. We also have a mission to subjugate Brittany. Brittany is bigger now than they were. It would be a lot of aggressive expansion to completely remove them, but that will then give us northern claims in the northern sort of Dutch area, Belgium and Dutch area, that also is belonging to Burgundy at the moment. So I don't know, those are just things that we can start working on with our missions, right? Our missions will just guide us. Right now it's saying that we have a mission complete, which is the high income mission. We said we are going to wait on this until we had more buildings to build because it reduces the cost of building buildings. So we're just going to hold on to that until later. But we did complete the high income mission. We can invest in new technology that is for diplomatic technology. Again, we have the 16% technology penalty. We're not going to do that. We're not going to worry about that right now until we get the Renaissance to spread within our country. And it is... well, it's spreading quite quickly in Burgundy, but Burgundy doesn't like us, and it's spreading decently fast. Well, it's actually already sort of fully embraced in these areas. Savoy and Saluzzo do like us, so it's spreading. It's spreading, but it's kind of taking its sweet time, to be honest. I don't know. Fingers crossed that we get Renaissance in maybe like, I don't know, like 10 years or something. Oh, you know, we have some forts turned on. I'm noticing these are not red. These fort symbols are not red because we're in a war with the Irish nation. But we've already taken out their army, and they have no ability to. They have no recourse against us. So we're going to mothball our forts to save a little bit of money. It does say we have a little bit of rebellion here in the Midlands. Okay. Oh, okay. So we have rebellion up here in Ireland. We already have troops that are sort of standing by, ready to help take care of this. Have I got rid of our military access with Sligo? Do we still have military access with them? No, we did remove it. Okay, good. So let's just march these troops back. It must be because one of these guys that we're at war with has gotten military access through them. So we're not using our own relationship slot. Orleans here is about to be fully integrated. They're at 99.2%, so that's going to finish. We are engaging a naval battle here, it looks like. Oh, they actually have quite a bit of ships here. Holy cow, we must be engaging both navies. We don't want to lose any of our own ships here. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. We have heavy ships, so they should be fine. We're going to need to get these repaired, though. We captured 2 ships. We've captured 2 transports. I like it. That'll save us some money. Let's come over here and repair the ships. Dock them and repair. So that's how we finally captured some ships. When you win naval battles, that's just a possibility. That's probably going to put us a little over the naval force limit. Yeah, we're 1 over the naval force limit. That's fine. That'll expand. As we take some more land and stuff, that will actually just sort of naturally expand up. So now we have 10 transports to ship 10,000 troops at a time. That's good. We're a little over, actually, with this integration of Orleans. We're 1 over our army force limit, and Orleans just gave us 5,000 of their troops just became our troops. So we're going to actually get rid of this cavalry unit to go down and to make sure we're not over the force limit. Cavalry units are kind of expensive too, so just getting rid of that excess one there will save us some of that money. Integrating Orleans, nice. So all of this is now blue. That is beautiful. These provinces should have pretty low autonomy here. Is it going to stay at 60 and then work its way slowly down? Unfortunately, that does give us some diplomatic reputation hit, so it's going to make it way... It's going to make it take a lot longer to integrate the next nation until that wears off. When does that wear off exactly? We can check our country modifiers in the government tab. Annex subjects, -3 diplomatic reputation. This is a primary stat for helping how quickly we can integrate subjects, as well as doing other, like, as well as just simply getting people to agree to our terms on different things, whether an alliance or whether a royal marriage or something like that. Diplomatic reputation, very, very important stat for doing diplomatic things. And integrating subjects is one of those things. It's saying, yeah, 10 years and that'll go away. 10 years, huh? We'll have to see if integrating Armagnac is even going to be possible with negative diplomatic reputation or not. We're going to bring all these troops home and just have them kind of chill out here. The war is won. However, the nice thing about, there is kind of a benefit to being at war here that's a little bit, it's a little bit meta, but if you will allow me, even though you guys are beginner players here, just learning the game, if you'll allow me to kind of explain this little bit of strategy here, we're looking to attack England in 3 short years. This war is won. They have no ships and they have no troops. So we've sieged down their land so they can't build more troops. So this war is completely over. So as far as we're concerned, we're not really at war anymore. We've mothballed all of our forts. Our troops are just sitting around. We can take care of rebellions as they occur. Nothing really is happening that's sort of negative. These guys are trying to get a peace deal with us. No, we'll set our own peace deal. But something is, Castile has not done much here. And Castile has a very powerful collective army now, because they control Castile, Aragon, and Naples. It's all under personal union. So they actually get to control these nations, and when Castile declares war on Granada or on Tlemcen or Morocco or something like that, these nations will help them. So Castile, and the thing is, if we're at peace, Castile's going to be like, great, France is at peace. Let's call them into a war against Granada. Well, I don't really want to go into a war against Granada, so we're going to stay at war. We're going to make sure to stay at war against these Irish nations to prevent Castile from wanting to call us into their own wars, which can be really, really annoying. So I'm going to basically get a justification to attack. We're going to be attacking Leinster here, I think, is the plan. Yeah, Geneva doesn't like us for whatever reason. I'm not too worried about Geneva. It is what it is. Let's just get, let's build spy networks on these 2 countries. Actually, when is the truce up with these guys? Oh no, the truce is going to end with these guys. Never mind, the truce is going to take too long. Is there someone else we can attack? England, Scotland. They're a subject of England. Okay. If we attack Brittany, I'm pretty sure England will join and defend Brittany's honor. So we're only, when does the actual truce end here? October 1470. October 1470, we can attack England. So we could just let this war ride for a couple years and then sort of end this war and then quickly pounce on England. That could be our strategy. And that will make Castile sort of ready, standing by. Castile will be standing by and ready to join that war. We think that Castile is going to help us out here with this. If we were to attack England, what would we need back? Well, Brittany has a certain amount of troops that we're going to need to deal with. So let's have 14,000 troops standing by to beat up Brittany. This is a fort too. This could be a little bit kind of annoying. We'll need at least 6,000 troops to go up into Calais. These 3,000 troops can help with Brittany. Yeah. Although, to be fair, I'm tempted... Here, let's take another 1,000. Let's take another 1,000 and put them in Ireland. How many troops in total are we going to have in Ireland? 28,000? You know what? Let's make it a little bit more. Let's make it a full 30,000. And the 30,000 troops here are going to quickly decimate all of England's little Irish minor allies. So we're going to bop these guys, we're going to bop these guys, we'll bop Ulster, and then we'll control the Irish Sea, and we'll march across and start moving into England. England has, let's check England's military here. We can select rivals here. England is one of our rivals. They only have 18,000 troops. They have 31,000 force limit. They have 19,000, so they will build up. They will expand and build up. What the heck? Burgundy is actually looking very weak. Ottomans are looking thick, though, at 53,000. That's interesting. Let's check England's navy. 11 lights, 6 heavies. We have 8 and 8. So we're about comparable with England on heavy strength. Mission fulfilled. Yeah, we know the mission's fulfilled. Noble families feud. This is talking about this. Something's happening with this province. We can raise 25% autonomy. It's at 0 right now, so that's not really that great. We could fight 8,000 nobles to avoid that autonomy growth, or we could just pay diplomatic points to get it down. You know what? Let's bring these troops over, and just really give them a good bopping. So we can actually move these troops preemptively. We know there's going to be 8,000 noble rebels popping up here, so let's get them into position first. And we have about 3 months. Is it 6 months? I can't remember exactly. You have about a certain amount of time, many months, before this event will auto-resolve. And when it auto-resolves, it does not randomly choose one. It chooses the top one. So it will choose the rebellion one in this case. It always chooses the top option, but our troops are there and ready. So we're just going to fight them really quick. Noble rebels actually do tend to have a decent amount of... they tend to be good fighters. The noble rebels tend to be stronger than, say, the peasant rebellions, which tend to be a lot weaker. What I'm doing is I'm just sort of maneuvering these 2,000 troops to Ireland. I'm splitting our armies back here the way that we want. Do we have enough supply limit for 30,000 troops up here? We do, however, I'm going to split this regardless. Too many cowards. People are deserting us. Holy cow, we just lost 5,000 manpower. That's fine, we got 40,000. And we were maxed out, so now it's going to trend upwards. We were actually capped out on manpower, so that's fine. These 12,000 are going to come up here and bop these guys. These 60,000 will come down here and bop these guys. Who else is England allied to? Just them. Just them. Then we have to come up here and beat up Ulster. I think we'll be fine. We could split this into 2 groups of 8. Attack. Or actually, you know, let's just do 3 groups of 10. Whoops. I didn't do that right. 3 groups of 10. 10,000 to come up here, 10,000 to come here, 10,000 to move to there. And then so as soon as the war against England starts, we'll quickly wipe out their Irish power. And we will also be sending these 15,000 troops into Brittany. These 6,000 troops will go to Calais. We'll try to control, as best as we can, we will try to control the waters with our navy and prevent England from getting around. Ooh, this looks interesting. Urbanization. Let's go. Attempt to improve conditions by spending some ducats, which we have tons of ducats. Increase the base tax in tons of different provinces. This is a huge boost. As a small amount of ducats now will increase taxation for hundreds of years in the future and building that infrastructure up. That's very good. That's very good. Castile's still not in a war with anybody. That's great. It's December right now. So we are only 1 year away from attacking England now. We're still in this war. We're just kind of chilling here. Let's get these claims. Actually, I want the claim on Desmond, to be fair. Oh, no, we're not close enough to do that one yet. Okay, so let's get that claim. Who are we trying to butter up? Well, who's going to be angry with the fact, well, these guys are all subjects, so their opinions don't really matter much. Burgundy already hates us no matter what. Gellery, Utrecht. Utrecht and Gellery might actually kind of despise us once we take land from England. It might be worth buttering up Gellery. Denmark doesn't care. I'm going to preemptively butter up Gellery a little bit because they might be upset when we take land from England. Getting this claim. We're just noticing that our diplomats have 20 spy network. That's the magic number, 20 spy network, make a claim. It does go up every time. The first claim is 25, the next claim is 20, or sorry, first claim is 20, next one is 25, 30, 35, 40, so on and so forth. So the cost for each claim does go up. It does go up. The last jousting tournament, we could spend a little bit of ducats, well, a good chunk of ducats, but we have a lot of money. And we could spend 30 admin, which the admin, that's the most painful part of this. But we can get 10% morale of armies, 1 yearly army tradition, and 5 yearly, 0.5 yearly prestige. Very, very good. Very, very good. That army tradition is great. Because that's when we train new generals, and we're going to need a second general probably for this war. When we train new generals, it checks our army tradition, and the better our army tradition, the better the generals can be. So that's really, really good and important. And army tradition also just gives you more morale. 10% morale just means our troops have just more fighting, are just more excited to fight. Wait a second, where's Brittany's troops? I don't see Brittany's troops as their ships sail by. They have 14 navy. Where's their army? Am I reading this right? Brittany only has 3,000 men? I don't even know exactly where they are. I don't see them anywhere. Are they like stranded somewhere? They could be. They could be like stranded over here. Not permanently, but... Or well, they're building troops now. What are they doing? It's like they know. The AI can be kind of clever sometimes, believe it or not. The AI can be clever. It's because these troops are sitting at their border, isn't it? Yeah, they have this is a capital fort here. They have a fort here, a fort here. So it'll be interesting to see if we can actually slither in there and engage them or not. Because these forts are going to inhibit our movement a bit. But it looks like they only have 3,000 troops here. Their other 3,000 troops must just be somewhere else. I have no idea where their troops might be. That's interesting, though. November, okay, 1 more year. Less than a year. Okay, Castile has attacked. Castile has attacked Granada. Portugal is helping them out. What we might be able to do is they're going to win their war. We might be able to call Castile into... Oh, England has rebellion as well. This black stripe right here is showing that there's some sort of rebellion going on in England. That's good. That's good. Can we figure out where the rebels are? Maybe we can't because there's fog of war. Just saying it's occupied by rebels at the moment. So March, we're coming... Okay. Castile... Well, Castile could still call us into the war when we end our war. So I'm gonna wait a little minute here. I think basically September. I think we're going to do it in September. We're coming up on we're coming up on, there is a cap to how many monarch points you can save. And it goes up with your technology penalty. So it's going to be 1,200. 1,200 is the most, we don't want to waste any of these points. And there's tons of easy ways that we can spend these things. So we do need to think about what's going on with Renaissance. Is it spreading yet? 70%, 45%. Oh, this one's almost there. 3 years, 5 years, too many years, too many years. Well, here's the thing. If we dev up, we'll get 5% for every dev on Paris. We might have to end up deving up Paris a scooch. We might dev up Paris a little bit. Why is there a minus? Oh, devastation is causing a slower spread there. Are these guys still friendly with us? Barely. Barely. Portugal wants military access, by all means. Have fun down there, Portugal. England has not allied anybody else. It's May. September's the month. September, we want to end our war. We probably do need to roll another general. We need 2 generals in this. So again, we're going to go to our military tab. We haven't done this before because France just starts with so many amazing generals. We're going to come down here and recruit a general from the army. We're going to pull it from the army. We can also make our king a general, to be fair, too. 67-year-old king. He's potentially about to die. If your king is a general and he dies, you lose extra. It's even more destabilizing. So we're just going to keep him as a king right now, even though his 4 military skill would mean that he would be a better general. The skill of your king is based on their military skill. And then just the random die rolls as well. But the potential of your king as a military leader is based on their military skill. We're just going to pull a random dude from the army and see what happens. Oh, he's a 3-3-4. That's pretty good. He's not a sieger, but he's pretty decent in combat. He's not good as Jean Barreau, but he has some really fast sneakers on, so he can move. He's got high maneuverability, and that can actually be very useful when crossing like straits and stuff like that, and crossing rivers and stuff. Actually, it does say that we're gonna have a little bit of rebellion down here. Huh. Oh, these guys are... Why is it not ordering it by 8? Okay. 7,000, they're at 80%. That is gonna spring up on us. That is going to spring up on us. Autonomous rebel suppression. I think we're going to be okay, though. I think, to be fair, we need to keep an eye on that 80%, but I think we'll be fine. I think we're going to end up attacking into... Unless it goes to 90% in the next month or 2. Chances are it shouldn't. July, August, September, we end the war with these Irish nations that we're attacking with. The Papal State already hates us because we're excommunicated. Clergy loves us. Yeah, I don't want to fight 20,000 nobility rebels right now. Not a good time. Okay, October is when we attack England. Okay, here we go. Let's end the war here. I think we just take this land. No one's really going to care much. That's now our land. We do need to core it. While we're at peace, is there anything we need to do while at peace? We could check our estates. Yeah, let's yank some land from the estates. Wait, what did these guys want us to do? Oh, they want us to integrate Armagnac. We are going to do that eventually, but we have plenty of time to do that. So you can only seize land while at peace, so that's good. So we wanted to do that to continue to boost up the crown land, and we'll eventually get some benefits for that. And remember, the equilibriums for these different estates is trending upwards. Like the equilibrium for clergy is 63%. So we want to make them, if we can make them unhappy down to 30%, it'll just go back up to 60% anyway. So it's like a resource that's being wasted if it's maxed, in a sense, because we can take back the land, get benefits for that. We can actually dish out the land back to them to get more power and more get more from them, basically. The question is Castile going to call us into their war? I don't think so. We're going to have time to declare war on England. I think we're ready for the war against England, if I'm not mistaken. Although these... Okay. We need to dock this guy. Do we get another we might need to get another admiral. And we'll assign him to this other fleet. And let's come up here and see if we can catch... Oh wait, Brittany's in a war? No way. Why? Oh, because they're allied to Utrecht. Are they going to win or lose that? That's interesting. Okay, so Brittany's in a war. Their ships are actually out here. They're out and about. We could try to intercept them. We have our heavies coming over here to intercept these guys. We have these lights coming up into the Straits of Dover. This should be good. We should be able to maybe catch some of the English ships out and about, maybe even the Brittany's ships before the English Navy really understands what's going on, how they're getting hit. The truce is over. It's time to attack England. The moment is now. We're ready to engage all these troops here. We have troops ready on the border of Brittany. We also have these troops ready to come up to Calais. These troops here are going to be stuck here in England until we actually decide to allow them to march across the Irish Sea. But they're going to be stuck, I believe, as long as we have a ship over here to just block the strait. The actual war goal is going to be for... We could make it for Calais, because we'll likely just get that... We won't even have... Yeah, we make it for Calais, because that'll be easy to take, because it's on mainland Europe. It'll be actually a little bit trickier to get down here and siege all this. Wait a second. Oh, it's mothballed. I think they've mothballed this fortification. They're going to turn that on in a jiffy, but still. Interesting. Okay, we're in the war against England, guys. We have started the war against England. I think that's time to take a quick break here. But thanks everybody for being here and watching. I really appreciate that. We'll be back and we'll really think through the strategy. We've kind of set ourselves up. We've definitely strategized the initial attack on England. Now we just need to think about the tactics, I guess, of executing on our strategy. Thanks everybody for being here. If you guys have questions, please ask down in the comments below. I know that it's actually kind of amazing if you think about how slow the first few episodes were and how quickly we're going now, right? So things are escalating, and I'm sure some things are going, too quickly. That's why questions are great, but also just sort of repetition, right? We're just kind of we're going back into war. Something didn't make sense from the last war. Well, now we're doing another war and another war and another war, right? So there is a level of repetition in the game that helps us understand the concepts and learn the game. But thanks everybody for being here. Playlist link will help you find the next episode down below in the description. But thanks everybody for being here. I will respond to all the questions in the comments if you guys have any, and I'll see you guys in the next one.